Let's talk about the one thing you've been avoiding all week: your inevitable, inescapable death. Relax, I'm not here to scare you. Okay, actually, that's a lie. I am here to scare you. Because while you've been busy pretending you'll just drift off peacefully into a Netflix screensaver of heaven, there are actually some way creepier, way darker possibilities about what happens when you finally kick the cosmic bucket. And yes, some of these have a disturbing amount of science behind them. So grab a blanket, clutch your existential dread, and let's count down the most unsettling ideas about what happens when you die. Number 9. You stay conscious and trapped. Imagine lying on a hospital bed, flatlined, and yet you're still in there. One study out of New York found that after cardiac arrest, a measurable percentage of patients showed brain activity for up to 30 seconds after being declared clinically dead. That's 30 seconds of what? Panic? Darkness? A sense of floating above yourself while nurses say, time of death? And it gets weirder. Some patients who were revived said they could hear everything going on in the room even when they were technically gone. Now imagine if you don't get revived. You just stay trapped. Conscious, paralyzed. A front row seat to your own demise. Fun fact, this idea even has a name in philosophy: locked-in consciousness. So yeah, sweet dreams tonight. Basically, your brain might throw one last surprise party before it shuts the lights off, and forget to actually lock the door on its way out. Number 8. You live someone else's death over and over. Here's a charming little nightmare called eternal return. Some philosophers and scientists have speculated that the universe is cyclical, meaning when you die, you don't just stay dead. You're reborn into the exact same life, over and over and over. Sounds cool until you realize it means every embarrassing thing you've ever done, you're doomed to do it again. Every heartbreak, every bad haircut, every time you waved back at someone who wasn't waving at you. Infinity. And here's the kicker. There's no way to tell if you're already in your billionth loop right now. Which, by the way, would explain why this year feels suspiciously familiar. Basically, you're a cosmic DVD stuck on repeat, and the universe forgot to hit eject. Number 7. You rot while you're still alive. Sort of. Picture this. Your heart stops. But not every cell in your body dies immediately. Some parts of you keep going, for hours. Skin cells can survive up to 24 hours after death. Brain cells? They start dying within minutes. But stem cells buried deep in your body can keep dividing for days. It's called delayed cell death, and it means parts of you are technically alive, while the rest of you is definitely not. Which is kind of like being a haunted house where the lights are still flickering long after the party's over. Fun fact, some genes even turn on after death, possibly as a last-ditch effort to repair you, or just because your DNA didn't get the memo. So, if you thought death was an instant blackout, nope. It's more like a really awkward slow-motion fade-out. Number 6, you just dream forever. Okay, here's a weird thought. What if death is just one long, unbroken dream? When you die, your brain floods with a cocktail of chemicals: dopamine, endorphins, and DMT, which is sometimes called the spirit molecule because of the intense, trippy hallucinations it produces. Some researchers suspect that final burst of brain activity could feel like it lasts forever, at least subjectively. Ever notice how a dream that feels hours long only takes a few seconds in real life? Now imagine your dying brain stretching that final psychedelic moment into infinity. Which means you could already be dead, dreaming up this very moment, stuck in some endless, surreal simulation while your body lies 6 feet under. On the bright side, at least it's your dream. On the downside, you're probably still late for work in it. Number 5, you get stuck between worlds. Some people, particularly in cultures that believe in spirits and ghosts, have a name for this: the in-between. It's the idea that your soul or consciousness doesn't immediately move on to whatever afterlife is waiting. Instead, you get stuck, wandering, hovering, watching your loved ones move on without you while you hang out in some cosmic DMV with no ticket number. This is sometimes called earthbound spirit syndrome. And while science has yet to officially endorse it, shocker, the concept lines up eerily well with all those ghost stories of lingering presences in old houses. Fun fact, even psychologists have a term for people who feel like they're observing their lives from outside their own body. It's called depersonalization, and some think it might be our brain's way of rehearsing for, the big exit. So, next time you feel like you're watching yourself from afar, maybe you're just practicing for your future part-time gig. It's a ghost. Number 4. Your atoms get recycled into something creepy. Here's the scientifically verified kicker. You don't really die. Not all of you. Sure, your consciousness, probably gone. But your atoms, they don't care about you at all. They just get reassigned. That carbon in your bones, those nitrogen molecules in your muscles, they go back into the soil, into plants, into animals, into other humans. There's a saying, you don't die, you just become lunch. Which is true, and darkly beautiful, but also a little disturbing if you think too hard about how many dead people might already be part of your morning coffee. So, in a sense, you're immortal, just not in the way you wanted. Number 3. You're uploaded to somewhere. All right, sci-fi fans, this one's for you. Some futurists believe that in the not-too-distant future, death won't even matter. Because your brain will get uploaded to a digital cloud. You'll live on as a consciousness inside a simulation, chilling on some server farm, maybe even paying rent in crypto. Sounds awesome at first. No wrinkles, no taxes, no physical pain. But think about it. If your mind can be copied and uploaded, are you really still you? Or are you just a bunch of electrical signals programmed to believe you're you? And then there's the real kicker. What if the people running the server turn it off? Or sell your consciousness to the highest bidder? So, yeah, immortality might just mean becoming a glorified screensaver for eternity. Hope you like watching pixels swirl forever. Number 2, you get judged by yourself. Forget harps and pearly gates. Some theories, both spiritual and psychological, suggest that the life review happens entirely in your own mind. Basically, as your brain shuts down, it runs through your memories in a bizarre, all-encompassing highlight reel. Every kind act you've ever done, every horrible thing you said that you hope no one heard, it all flashes before you. This is probably your brain processing itself out of existence, but who knows? Maybe it really is your soul holding court on your choices. The weird part? People who've been resuscitated often describe this exact thing, a feeling of being judged, but not by anyone else. Just themselves. So bad news if you've been a jerk your whole life. That final Yelp review, you wrote it. Number 1, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And finally, the bleakest and most scientifically likely possibility, nothing happens. You close your eyes, and that's it. No lights, no sounds, no floating above your body, just black. If you've ever been put under anesthesia, you've already experienced this. The total, eerie absence of experience. No dreams, no awareness, no concept of time. Just nothing. For some people, this is comforting. No pain, no fear, no regrets. For others, it's the most terrifying idea imaginable. Either way, it's probably worth thinking about what you're doing with the time you have now, since the final act might just be the credits. So, which one of these creepy theories keeps you awake at night? Or do you have your own disturbing idea about what happens when we die? Drop your weirdest theory in the comments. I dare you. And hey, if you want to keep questioning reality with me and poking at the dark corners of human existence, hit subscribe. The next action, Axist. Till crisis is already in the works.